Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Josette Bushell-Mingo and I am the Principal and the CEO of the Royal Central School of Speech and Drama. Welcome to our graduation 2025. As many of you know, I like to take this opportunity to say hi to all of you in the auditorium, but also to all of us joining online to celebrate different parts of our institution. Last year, it was costume, those behind the scenes and on the stage. The year before then, it was our musical theatre. This year, I am delighted to capture on film our applied theatre.
I think I learned generally how to not insert yourself into a community that already exists in in an annoying way or in kind of oh, I'm here to do my thing.
It's actually about investigating what that specific community needs and kind of meeting them where they're at.
I've learned more the inner workings of a space built to be inclusive and what exactly that means. Just how many heads are involved and how much planning goes into things.
Adaptability is key as an artist. You really need to have a broad skill set, and placement's been great because it's allowed me to add new things to that skill set, but it's also allowed me to really work and hone in on those skills that I already had.
Central's willingness to put the trust in us as facilitators and practitioners is something that goes a long way. I think mutual respect and trust between the organisation and the student is something that was quite important to me when I was looking at coming to university.
As a disabled facilitator and artist, it has been so refreshing to learn from some amazing neurodivergent minds. To have that representation at such a high academic level is really important to me.
You can engage with so many different people and communities that you perhaps never thought of with facilitation and with theatre and education, with theatre shows.
I have so many avenues that I can go down. I've learned so many transferable skills that I feel like I could go anywhere and do anything with some of the skills that I've learned. So I'm really excited about the future.
Something in my practice as an applied theatre practitioner that I like to do is to work with already existing political campaigning organizations. I'm making a solidarity cabaret with an organization called DPAC, which is Disabled People Against the Cuts.
I'm really looking forward to the student-led project. It's going to be a showcase of the skills that we've picked up along the course.
That will be really exciting to sort of collate all our ideas together that we've learned and get to work with people I've not worked with before and people I've worked with in different sort of community projects.
It's going to be a chance to really look into our own niches as facilitators and express them in whichever way we see fit.
I really enjoyed my collaborative outreach project, which was in Cornwall. We created a group called Bubble and Bloom, and we delivered a week's worth of workshops to children with special educational needs. We incorporated music, dance, arts and crafts, and some of us cried at the end because it was a really lovely project.
A past project that I really loved, which is basically a documentary theatre show about the housing crisis in London and just generally about what it is like to make a home in London. And we interviewed over 20 people for the project, and basically the narrative was pushed forward by this kind of radio in the space that played the sounds of these interviews that these lovely people have gave us. I think we were able to create a really, really beautiful show, and I think that's also kind of the magic of applied theatre is an education for me as well. I learned so much about different topics that I'm engaging with, and I think that's just really the magic of it all.
When the students join us, it's really exciting to see how committed they are to the communities that they want to serve.
I think it's very reassuring to know that these young people will be the change makers of tomorrow. I think it gives us a sense of hope, new ideas and aspirations for a fairer and better future.
The international collaborations at Central are really important. They give us an opportunity to share our work, to learn from each other, to think culturally about our practice from different perspectives.
I'm really excited to meet these students because their frames of reference are completely different. I'm in a position to offer them ways of deciding how they want to be as artists and creators, but they're teaching me loads of stuff that I don't know.
A project I've just done in Northern Ireland works to support isolated older adults in partnership through a community centre, which is incredibly active in the community, but also has a befriending service attached to it. And it's through the befriending service that we were able to reach community members who couldn't come to the centre, or there'd been funding cut for community transport. Without them, we couldn't have reached the people that we managed to.
I'm looking forward to a project where I'm getting the opportunity to collaborate with economists from the London School of Economics, whose main focus of research is in wealth inequality, translating their knowledge into artistic and creative narratives that may affect a community in a different way.
A project called Stages of Justice, which is a podcast that I'm creating in collaboration with a number of artists who work in arts and criminal justice. So I'm really excited for that podcast to emerge in the world and share that work more widely.
A project that I've worked on is a virtual reality project working with isolated people in wards, in care homes and in community settings. Thinking about how we can use virtual reality 360 footage to bring a space to life, but also add multi-sensory elements to bring the world to life.
I've been working on a project for 10 years now that's called the Verbatim Formula, working with young people with experience of the UK care system. And the project isn't about finding out what the UK care system is, it's about what the UK care system feels like. These care experience experts don't have to tell their stories, but can use the expertise of having been in the system, as I was, as a way to make sure the system can be the best it can be.